Last night, a high-profile public forum exploded into a fiery showdown when former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi branded Representative Jasmine Crockett as unfit, only to be spectacularly humiliated on the spot by Crockett's razor-sharp comeback, a jaw-dropping clash that left the audience stunned. The venue buzzing, social media ablaze with the fallout. Sources say what began as a heated policy debate centered on a fictional issue of public reform spiraled into a personal and electrifying confrontation, with Bondi's bold accusation meeting Crockett's devastating counter, a moment already. The night's viral bombshell. Before we dive into this explosive unraveling, drop a comment with where you're watching from. Hit subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories like this. Crockett, the Texas Congresswoman renowned for her fiery advocacy and unyielding resolve, took the stage with a confident stride, ready to defend her stance, her passion palpable. But Bondi, the former prosecutor known for her aggressive tactics and polarizing presence, entered with a calculated smirk, intent on dominating. The moderator opened with a pointed question. "Ms. Bondi, Ms. Crockett, can you keep this focused?" The prompt, laced with caution, hit hard, and insiders say the audience felt it, some whispering, others tensing, as Crockett nodded, "I'm here for the people, let's debate," while Bondi sneered, "I'm here to expose weakness, let's begin." The tension ignited fast. Bondi launched a scathing attack, dismissing Crockett's policy argument in their fictional reform dispute. "Your ideas are unfit, Congresswoman. You're not up to this," her voice dripping with condescension. The audience gasping, some murmuring, others filming, as Crockett's eyes flashed. "Unfit? My fight's for justice, Ms. Bondi. You'll regret that." Her retort calm, incisive. The crowd splitting, some cheering, others tensing, as security watched, sensing the forum veering into chaos, friction brewing early. Sources say the venue hummed, Crockett's intellect held. But Bondi's smirk widened, sensing an opening, the stage set for a clash that would end in her humiliation. What's gripping everyone isn't just the accusation. It's how swiftly it turned personal. Crockett leaned in. "You don't grasp my mission, Ms. Bondi. I'm here for the voiceless, not your insults." And Bondi struck. "Voiceless? You're here for headlines, Congresswoman. I'll take you down." Her taunt bold, aggressive. The audience stirred, some shouted, others leaned in, as the clash took a raw turn, with Crockett's resolve hardening, Bondi's provocation escalating, the night charging toward a stunning, humiliating peak, the confrontation just beginning to blaze. A high-profile public forum surged into a blazing spectacle last night, as former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, her prosecutorial aggression, a commanding force, escalated her attack on Representative Jasmine Crockett, branding her unfit in a fictional policy debate, only to be met with Crockett's razor-sharp intellect, turning a tense confrontation into a viral wildfire that's already dominating the internet. Sources say after Bondi's scathing taunt, "I'll take you down," and Crockett's defiant vow, "You'll regret that," the former prosecutor doubled down, fueling a clash that's inching closer to Crockett's on-the-spot humiliations. Of Bondi, her tone dripping with disdain, zeroed in on Crockett's policy stance. "Headlines, Congresswoman? Your ideas are unfit. They're rhetoric, not reform." Her voice sharp, as she dismissed Crockett's argument in their fictional public reform dispute. The audience reacting fast, some gasping, others murmuring, while Crockett's eyes gleamed. "Rhetoric? My policies are grounded, Ms. Bondi. You're misjudging me." Her retort calm, precise, drawing cheers, nods, from the stirred crowd, the tension thickening with every word. The former Attorney General pressed harder. "Grounded? You're a politician, Ms. Crockett, not a strategist," sources say. Crockett's voice rose, her stance confident. "Strategist? I've studied the issues, Ms. Bondi. I'm ready." The comeback bold, layered with intellect, the audience stirring, some clapping, others tensing, as security signaled, "She's sharp," their radios buzzing, the forum slipping from orderly to electric, the clash intensifying. Bondi's smirk tightened. "Ready? You're outmatched, Congresswoman. I'll expose you." Her taunt piercing, personal, stoking Crockett's fire. What fueled the blaze wasn't just Bondi's accusation. It was Crockett's precision. Insiders report she leaned forward. "Expose. Me? My fight's for the people, Ms. Bondi. I'll unravel your attack." Her tone steady, loaded with confidence, and Bondi struck back. "Unravel? You're a performer, Congresswoman. I'm the professional," pointing at her notes. The audience splitting wider, some murmuring, "Crockett's got her," others gasping with phones filming, ex-posts surging. "Bondi versus Crockett heats. Up," one read, racking up likes, as the clash grew fiercer, Bondi's aggression faltering. The venue pulsed with raw energy. Sources say Crockett's hands gripped her podium. "Professional? Your attacks are weak, Ms. Bondi. I'll reveal your flaws," her voice clear, brimming with intellect, and Bondi countered, "Reveal? You're a loudmouth, Ms. Crockett. Your ideas won't stand." Her words sharp but strained. The audience roaring, some standing, others whispering, while security signaled to hold steady, their hands waving. But Crockett pressed on. "Loudmouth? My truth's my weapon. You're slipping." Her brilliance emerging, the chaos swelling, with insiders noting, "She's outsmarting her." The night charging toward a stunning, humiliating peak, Bondi's provocation crumbling. A high-profile public forum erupted into a blazing intellectual battleground last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, the Texas Congresswoman renowned for her fiery advocacy, amplified her razor-sharp counter against former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi's aggressive Unfit accusation, turning a tense policy debate into a stunning display of brilliance that left the audience electrified, security on edge, Bondi's confidence beginning to crack. Sources say Crockett's confident vow, "My truth's my weapon, you're slipping," after dismantling Bondi's attack, met Bondi's escalating taunts, inching closer to Crockett's on-the-spot humiliation of her rival. A spectacle now, dominating every platform. Bondi, her tone thundering, doubled down on her attack. "Loudmouth, Congresswoman? Your policies are unfit. My experience buries you." Her voice laced with scorn, as she cited a flaw in Crockett's fictional public reform proposal. The audience reacting hard, some gasping, others murmuring while Crockett's eyes sparkled. "Berries? I've mastered the facts, Ms. Bondi. Your flaws exposed." Her voice calm, incisive, citing a 2005 reform statute with surgical precision. The crowd surging, cheers clashing with murmurs, as security watched, hands twitching. The record, holding intellect soaring. The former Attorney General pressed harder. "Mastered? You're a dreamer, Ms. Crockett. You're no match for me." Her jab sharp, personal, and Crockett fired back. "Dreamer? I'm a policy force, Ms. Bondi. I'm turning this tide." Her words bold, brimming with precision. The audience splitting, some shouting, "Go, Jasmine!" Others whispering, with phones filming, ex-posts exploding. "Crockett's outsmarting Bondi," one read, trending fast. Bondi's jaw clenched. "Turning? You're a politician, Congresswoman. I'll crush you." Her taunt faltering, the crowd roaring, some murmuring, "She's too sharp," others pleading, "Bondi's the pro." As the tension swelled, what turned the clash into a wildfire wasn't just the intellect, it was Crockett's mastery. Insiders say she stood taller. "Crush me? My argument's ironclad, Ms. Bondi. You'll learn my strength." Her tone commanding, laden with brilliance. And Bondi countered, "Ironclad? You're a showboat, Ms. Crockett. Your case won't hold." Her retort strained, the audience surging, some clapping, others yelling, with clips hitting X. Crockett's genius live, racking up shares as she responded, "Showboat? My logic cuts, Ms. Bondi, brace yourself." Her voice steady, the venue igniting. The forum became a crucible of brilliance. Sources report security signaled to maintain order, their voices urgent. "She's a master," but Crockett pressed. Your attack's crumbling, Ms. Bondi. My truth prevails." Her notes flashing a meticulous outline, while Bondi interjected, "Prevails? You're overreaching, Congresswoman. You're done." Her voice unsteady. The audience erupting, some tossing programs, others live streaming, while Crockett stood firm. "Done? I'm just warming up, Ms. Bondi." Her intellect peaking, with insiders noting, "She's humbling her." The night hurtling toward a stunning, humiliating peak, Bondi's aggression shattered. A high-profile public forum hit its intellectual zenith last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, the Texas Congresswoman renowned for her fiery advocacy, unleashed a stunning, humiliating comeback against former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi's unfit accusation, transforming a heated policy debate into a jaw-dropping spectacle that left the audience in awe. Bondi visibly reeling, the internet a wildfire of reaction. Sources say Crockett's commanding vow, "Done? I'm just warming up," after dismantling Bondi's attack, culminated in a masterful verbal takedown that crushed Bondi's aggression, cementing a moment that's set to define this viral spectacle. The night's peak, a raw, humiliating triumph. Crockett, her intellect blazing, landed a devastating blow. "Crumbling attack, Ms. Bondi? My policies are a fortress. Your accusations collapse." Her voice sharp, authoritative, as she dissected Bondi's fictional reform critique with a brilliant point-by-point rebuttal, citing data and precedent with pinpoint accuracy. The audience, reacting hard, some cheering wildly, others gasping while Bondi's face paled. "Fortress? You're a politician, Congresswoman, not a master." Her retort weak, faltering, the crowd surging, cheers blending with murmurs as security watched, hands frozen, the record holding, brilliance exploding. Bondi pressed the wound. "Master? You're overblown, Ms. Crockett. The audience sees through you." Her jab desperate, personal, but Crockett leaned in. "Sees through? I've exposed your weak logic, Ms. Bondi. You're losing." Her words precise, unrelenting. The audience roaring, some chanting, "Jasmine, Jasmine," others whispering, "She's got her," as phones filmed, X-posts surging. "Crockett schools Bondi," one read, trending fast. Bondi's voice cracked. "Losing? You're a dreamer, Congresswoman, you're done." Her tone unsteady, the crowd roaring, some shouting, "Crockett's winning," others murmuring, "Bondi's the pro," as the tide turned. The clash broke wide open. Insiders say Crockett stood fully. "Done? My truth's a blade, Ms. Bondi. Your argument's cut." Her voice soaring as she delivered a scathing takedown, dismantling Bondi's reform stance with surgical wit, exposing contradictions. Bondi's eyes widening, visibly shaken. "Cut? You're audacious, Ms. Crockett." Her voice barely audible, the audience erupting, some standing, filming, others cheering, with clips hitting X instantly. "Crockett's takedown live," one read, racking up shares, another showing her poise. "She's unstoppable," going viral, millions watching. Crockett pressed, "Audacious? I'm your match, Ms. Bondi. Feel the sting." Her brilliance soaring, the venue pulsating. What primed Bondi's humiliation was her unraveling. Sources report she gripped her podium. "Match? You're a performer, Ms. Crockett. I'll stand firm." Her voice a mix of shock, defiance, as Crockett fired back. "Performer? I'm a truth-teller, Ms. Bondi. Your unfit claims done." Her words final, the audience erupting, some rushing the stage barriers, others chanting, "Jasmine's fire," as Bondi sank back. "You've made your point," she muttered, the clash complete, with insiders saying, "Crockett crushed her." The night hurtling toward a stunning resolution. Crockett's humiliating comeback, the spark that floored Bondi. A high-profile public forum descended into electrified chaos last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, the Texas congresswoman renowned for her fiery advocacy, cemented her stunning triumph over former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Her razor-sharp comeback, "I'm a truth teller, Ms. Bondi," leaving Bondi humiliated with her muttered concession. "You've made your point," sparking pandemonium in the audience, security scrambling, the internet poised to explode. With the fallout of a showdown that shattered Bondi's unfit accusation, sources say Crockett's masterful takedown, dismantling Bondi's stance in their fictional public reform debate, marked the zenith of her intellect, with the audience's wild reaction resounding, the night's chaos hitting a blazing, humiliating peak, her victory sealing a viral spectacle. Crockett, her poise radiant, stood firm. "I'm your match, Ms. Bondi," her voice steady, commanding, as she set down her notes, her brilliance a beacon of authority, while Bondi, visibly shaken, sank back. "I've heard you?" Her voice low, strained, the audience erupting, some cheering. "Jasmine, Jasmine," others gasping. She crushed her, while security struggled, unable to quell the fervor. The live record capturing every triumphant moment, Crockett's presence shining under the venue's lights. The crowd lost all control. Insiders say some surged toward the stage, phones flashing, filming Crockett's poised stance. Others roared, shouting, "She's a genius," while a few voiced shock, "Bondi's down." The room a symphony of noise, with event staff stunned, their radios buzzing. "Crockett owned her, keep it live," one stammered. The forum holding, showing the humbled podium where Bondi stood, now a testament to Crockett's mastery. What turned this moment into a spectacle wasn't just the humiliation, it was Crockett's brilliance. Sources report her final strike. "Your unfit claims done," echoed as the audience roared, her intellect undeniable, while Bondi's silence, head bowed, sparked murmurs, with X exploding, clips of her stunned reaction trending. Crockett's truth wins. One, post read, racking up shares, another of Crockett's confident stand. She owns the stage, going viral, millions watching the triumph loop. Insiders say the moderator let the moment resonate, the historic exchange too powerful to downplay. The immediate aftermath hit like a shockwave. Crockett's team rallied backstage. Sources hint she exhaled sharply. "I spoke for justice," her voice a resolute whisper, aides shielding her from reporters as the audience buzzed, while Bondi composed herself. "We'll move on," her voice steadier but shaken. The crowd settling, some still filming, others cheering, as security cleared the area, the night's end a smoldering triumph. Online, the tide turned fast. Crockett humiliates Bondi. One thread read, "She's a titan," another claimed, with analysts noting, "She flipped the debate." Crockett's victory locked, the buzz poised to blaze on. The fallout surged beyond the venue. Crockett's takedown a spark that lit a firestorm, her advocacy soaring. The clash a defining crown. The fallout from Representative Jasmine Crockett's stunning, humiliating comeback in a high-profile public forum last night, where her razor-sharp takedown shattered former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi's unfit accusation, has ignited a wildfire of reaction, with Crockett's triumphant intellect ending in Bondi's strained concession. "You've made your point," turning a tense policy debate into a viral phenomenon, leaving Crockett's star soaring, Bondi's credibility bruised, the internet airwaves buzzing with takes that won't fade. Sources say what began as a personal jab escalated into Crockett, proving her mastery, her victory a blazing spectacle. The clash's ripples shaking platforms, setting the stage for a defining resolution. Crockett's post-takedown presence radiated. Like a beacon, insiders report she left the stage with unshakable confidence. "I spoke for justice." Her voice a steady whisper, aides guiding her past swarming reporters as the audience buzzed. While X erupted, her tweet, "Truth cuts deeper." Then insults posted later, pulling 500,000 likes, flooding replies. "You crushed Bondi." Trending fast, with clips of Bondi's stunned reaction, Crockett's poised rebuttal looping millions of times. "Crockett's a legend," a viral thread claimed, memes captioned, "Wit topples ego," flooding TikTok, Instagram. Critics tried. "She's just grandstanding," one post argued, but the tide surged. Her reputation electrified. Bondi's camp stayed guarded. Sources say her exit was subdued. Her defeat unspoken but heavy, pulling scrutiny to her public image. While insiders hint she's regrouping, Crockett's sharp, her team noting her stature tested, with analysts declaring, "Crockett flipped the narrative." Though some whisper, Bondi's resilience holds, her humbling edged with acknowledgement. The audience's cheers echoed online. Jasmine's unstoppable, resonating across platforms, locking her intellectual edge sharper. The internet split like a fault line. Crockett supporters cheered, "She's a policy titan, untouchable." One X post read, racking up shares, while detractors grumbled, "She's a politician, not a debater." Another fizzled, with debates raging. "Did Crockett humiliate Bondi?" Trending, clips of her takedown dissected. "She's brilliant," one pundit said. "Bondi was outclassed," another added, predicting a surge in Crockett's political capital, her influence spiking, her brand radiant. Sources say Crockett's strategizing, with talk of leveraging her moment, perhaps a national speech or policy push. Her silence loud, the triumph a crown that's sticking. Political insiders note her platform now carries a sharper sheen, her reach under a brighter spotlight. The ripple effects are seismic, the public sphere's humming, experts call it a shift. Crockett redefined debate skill, or upended it, one said, forums eyeing bolder voices, or tighter moderation, risking irrelevance if they falter while the public divides. Half roar, she schooled a pro, half marvel. Bondi took a hit. The clash a cultural spark. Crockett's rise. Bondi's scar poised to resonate. The saga's impact stretches beyond the venue. Crockett's brand soars, her intellect unquestioned, her influence amplified, while Bondi's stature adjusts, her tactics tempered. The night's fallout a fuse for what's next. The seismic fallout from Representative Jasmine Crockett's stunning, humiliating comeback in a high-profile public forum last night, where her razor-sharp takedown obliterated former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi's unfit accusation, has set the internet ablaze, with Crockett's triumphant intellect ending in Bondi's faltering concession. "You've made your point," transforming a fiery policy debate into a cultural juggernaut, leaving Crockett's influence soaring, Bondi's reputation scarred, the airwaves, social platforms buzzing with takes that will echo for weeks. Sources say what began as a personal attack culminated in Crockett proving her unmatched brilliance, her victory a viral supernova. The clash's ripples reshaping public discourse, sealing a saga now etched in digital lore. Crockett's post-victory aura blazed like a comet. Insiders report she exited the forum with electrifying poise. "I stood for truth," her voice a resolute whisper, aides shielding her from a frenzy of reporters as the audience lingered, while X erupted, her tweet, "Truth silences slander," posted hours later, amassing 700,000 likes, swamping replies, "You owned Bondi," trending fast, with clips of Bondi's stunned silence, Crockett's masterful rebuttal looping millions of times. Crockett's unstoppable, a viral thread. Declared, memes captioned, brains bury bravado, flooding TikTok, Instagram. Critics tried, "She's a showboat," one post argued, but the surge drowned them. Crockett's star gilded. Bondi's camp retreated quietly. Sources say her next appearance was subdued, her defeat a heavy shadow, drawing intense scrutiny. To her public persona, while insiders hint she's recalibrating, Crockett's a force, her team admitting her stature shaken, with analysts proclaiming Crockett rewrote the script. Though some murmur, Bondi's grit endures, her humiliation tempered by faint respect. The audience's roars echoed online. Jasmine's a titan, resonating across platforms, her intellectual dominance locked. The internet fractured like a fault line. Crockett's supporters chanted, "She's a voice for justice, unbreakable." One ex-post read, racking up shares, while detractors muttered, "She's a politician, not a scholar." Another fizzled with debates raging. Did Crockett redefine debate? Trending, clips of her takedown dissected. "She's a master," one pundit said. Bondi was outwitted. Another added, predicting a spike in Crockett's political clout. Her public support surging, her brand radiant. Sources say Crockett's strategizing, with talk of capitalizing on her triumph, perhaps a bold policy campaign or national address. Her silence deafening, the victory a crown that sticks. Political insiders note her platform now gleams with intellectual sheen, her influence under a blazing spotlight. The ripple effects are tectonic, the political spheres reeling. Experts call it a pivot. Crockett redefined public debate, or shattered it, one said, forums eyeing sharper voices or stricter formats, risking obsolescence if they falter. While the public splits, half roar, she humbled a giant, half marvel. Bondi took a hit. The clash a cultural lightning bolt. Crockett's ascent, Bondi's wound, etched in viral lore. The saga's impact stretches beyond the stage. Crockett's brand skyrockets, her brilliance unquestioned, her reach amplified, while Bondi's stature adjusts, her aggression checked. This isn't the end, it's a spark. Crockett's next move, Bondi's comeback, poised to ignite. So stay tuned. If you're hooked on this drama, smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next blaze.